So on my big ceremony, I was interviewed by a journalist from the ABC. So I made it into this podcast, which is called The Scientists and Shamans of Psychedelic Retreats. Here it is there, and it's 1:33, and whenever I do things at double numbers, it generally works out very well. Cool. And I know what I spoke about is just like my own personal struggles with my childhood trauma, how it engulfed my 20s, and I've come on the other side of it, and just, yeah. So while I listen to this podcast, I'm gonna paint a picture of the goddess Red Tara putting a conch shell in my root chakra. So yeah, Red Tara is the first emanation of Tara. There she's there. I read that praise and I meditated for 12 minutes, and Red Tara came to me, and she put a conch shell into my root chakra, and I felt like these roots extend deep down into the ground, and it was just a very beautiful experience. Exciting. Here we go.
This is an ABC podcast.
Hello, Alice Brennan here with the very first background briefing for 2021. Welcome back.
There's glitter paint. Surely they have black. Surely. They might literally not have black. Okay, cool, they do have black. I thought they would have to be black. Well, that just happened. I just squirted myself. Fuck it. This is like a pajama shirt anyways. It's not like it's something I wear in public. So now it's just gonna be pajama shirt with black squirt that kind of reminds me of a feather.
Chilled,
but
comfortable.
I wanted black paint and now I got it.
It's in this room that doctors Marn Ross and Justin Dwyer are conducting Australia's first ever clinical trial of psychedelic assisted therapy. I approached this pale looking guy who seems to alternate between being garrulous and softly spoken. We'll call him Jimmy. He's friendly and outgoing, but he seems fragile too. Have you done ayahuasca much before?
Yeah, this is my 4th ceremony.
He tells me these ceremonies have been helping him, and this is just one step in a longer journey with this drug. As night begins to fall, they take their first drink of...
Oh, God.
This is their own decision. No, I hold their hand. Stroke their hair.
Holy shit, shaking. And it's also interesting to hear someone speak about you, how they see you. What's that song by the Butthole Surfers? You never know just how you look through someone else's eyes. And I cannot say that he is wrong. I will be very quiet, very reserved. I rise to occasions, and when I rise to occasions, it is beyond what you expect from me. But yeah, I guess since I accidentally backpedaled, I'm going to listen to it again, which...
Give them a foot massage. I approached this pale looking guy who seems to alternate between being garrulous and softly spoken. We'll call him Jimmy. He's friendly and outgoing, but he seems fragile too.
Yes, fragile.
Have you done ayahuasca much before?
Yeah, this is my 4th ceremony.
And why did you come to it, and what has it taught you?
Neutral grey.
Okay, so my life was in chaos. I looked at my life and pretty much everything was just in ruin. The only thing I had going for me was like perfect health, just like my physical well-being was absolutely perfect, but every other facet and aspect of my life just utter ruin, and I just had to have the challenge of dig myself out of that.
Jimmy tells me that his very first experience with DMT had helped him resurrect his inner child.
Ooh.
I wonder what he means by that. Did you have some serious childhood trauma to deal with?
Yeah. So, stepfather entered my life at age 12, and just prior to my 13th birthday, he hit me for the first time, and this was just like the shock of all shocks, that here's this person who's a parent who had previously been like fun, but essentially what happened is he bought a house with my mum, and that was like the honeymoon period over, the mask off, and yeah, his darker side came out and was very prominent.
Jimmy says that this led him to some pretty dark places.
I made a decision that I was going to kill myself, and then I looked at the calendar. I just had an impulse look at the time, and it's exactly 6 months from my 30th birthday. So I was like, I'm going to give myself that 6 months, and I didn't have any faith. Yeah. So.
And how do you feel about life now?
Much better. Things, I see things are getting much better. So it's like I've done all this internal work. So I've done ayahuasca, but it was like inner work. It's just this inner foundation that I've had to set.
This inner work hasn't just been about taking DMT. Jimmy says he's been mentored by spiritual guides and he's been channeling Hindu goddesses. It's all a bit far out.
Know that you are divine. Know that your soul is indestructible. Know that your soul is innocent. And in every living moment, you are free to experience joy and bliss. God bless you.
I did not think for 1 second that he would include me channeling Tara in this interview. Holy shit, on national broadcasting. ABC is me channeling holy shit, holy shit, and what he says, this thing, it is far out. How many people do you know channel a goddess? Well, I guess it depends on your circle. Because right now, I am not the only one. There are many people at this time doing this thing. Not just with Tara. Galactic Federation, Illyrians, Palladians, Angels. Tara is my favorite flavor of divinity. She is my mentor, who guides my life, who's helping me with my ascension. And this is such a beautiful thing. So I pour a drink for Jeff, his whole production team, for Tara, to all my guides who are supporting me. Om dare du soha. Much thanks and gratitude. This is a beautiful gift. So I drink to you. I pay my respects. Wow. So I guess I'm gonna just finish this up, and then I have some angel magic to study. Because I have this channeling ability, I can channel angels. And angels are guiding me towards Enochian magic. Because in Enochian magic, they have recorded the angelic alphabet. And I am going to learn this alphabet. So I think I'm on a mission to learn the language of God. It is done. I've completed my artwork. This is now a very special painting to me. This is a painting of Red Tara putting her conch shell into my root chakra and activating my root chakra. And after Red Tara did this, I felt like these roots come out from my root chakra and start rooting into the ground. And it was like the base of my spine was like this great oak tree that was just anchoring into the ground. And this was such a beautiful experience for me. I absolutely loved it. So thank you, Red Tara, for this. And to produce this painting on the day that I discovered me channeling Tara has been published by the ABC. So there is an online article that has quotes from me, and I'm in the podcast. I have 3 segments in the podcast. I think that's a sign that I'm taking off. I'm taking off to bigger and better places. And seriously, Now this is a special show too because I did this on the day that I discovered my channeling got published by ABC. I'm just absolutely over the moon.